Hello, everyone. Anybody in the world? Hi. So, as I previously arranged, I just wanted to come on here. So, if you are online, please do join. And I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the live. So, whether you're watching this now or you're catching the replay later, then I am so glad and happy that you were able to make it. It's such a wonderful day today. The sun is out, everyone is warm, and I just thought this would be a good idea to try and catch up. So, if you're over the age of 40 and you're thinking whether it's too late for you to start a YouTube channel, well, today's life is going to try and assure you in the best way possible that you're not too late. I mean, when I was approaching the age of 40, I was thinking, what am I doing? What do I need to do in life? And I was going through just a bit of confusion, really. And I thought, okay, I definitely needed an outlet. Mine is a creative one, and it just happened to be YouTube. So I have since then seen an immense improvement sort of in myself, in the skills that I have picked up along the way. And I thought, oh, I love this feeling. Why can't I just share with other women who are probably, in my age or approaching 40 or in their 40s as well? So if that's something that resonates with you, then you might want to come along for the ride. And today I thought, why not share about 100 unpopular reasons? I know it's a lot. Some uncommon reasons for women to start creating content, especially on YouTube, when you are round about the age of 40. So just to assure you, it's never too late to start. I've got my water bottle here and I'm going to be dipping and sipping some water every now and again, just so that my throat does not go um, dry. So let's be honest, when we think about YouTube, we usually then tend to think that it's something for people under the age of 20 or their 20s and plus. They are for, YouTube as a platform is for influencers and those who can churn out these videos that are of fast edits. They have loud intros, perfect intros, extreme productions like Mr. Beast, and they've got this perfect lighting, but it's not usually the whole story. Maybe it's the content that I consume, and I will probably sound controversial, but there are lots of creators on this platform that are making money, life changing money, not at the very start, but at least when you look at the story as a whole, they are living better quality of life, so to speak, just so to say. I am seeing more women over 40 in their 50s and 60 that are starting channels quietly. They're not going viral. Not a lot of them are going viral. So I'll give you an example. There was an elderly man who I can't remember the name of his channel, but not all his video went viral. I think viral is subjective. Viral is probably if you have a couple of videos that usually get 100 views and you have one hit 37,000 views, then yes, you would call that viral. But a lot of people haven't gone viral and they are doing absolutely well. So I made a list of about 100 unpopular reasons because I want you to be able to see that you're not behind, you're actually just right on time. And if you're constantly coming up with excuse me, if you're constantly coming up with lots of excuses as to why you shouldn't start, I think I might be able to touch on a couple of things that will speak to you as to the reason why you should start. So let me start with some personal reasons. They are quiet ones, the ones that you wouldn't usually see make the headlines as to why people start YouTube. So the very first one will be to challenge yourself to own your fear of being seen, because that will be a narrative that you will tell yourself so many time and time again. Another reason is to get comfortable with being a beginner again. Everybody once started as a novice, everybody once started as an amateur, everyone first started as being a baby. It's when our skills are not quite there, we're still growing, we're developing, and that YouTube sort of helps you reconnect back with that humble beginning. Another reason is to find out what excites you. When you really find the good niche, a right niche for you, it will excite you to create content. That is one reason to start YouTube. Another reason is to prove that you can be consistent with something. If you find that you're constantly falling off a routine that you're trying to set or a habit, start YouTube. Especially if you're a woman over the age of 40, it will blow your mind that yes, there are sometimes you will fall off, but you can get back on again because it's an exciting project. It's an amazing side also, if you want to put it like that. But also it's a creative outlet, and I keep saying that. You start YouTube also to prove or to give your thoughts a place to live rather than in your mind. You can get out of your mind, keep it healthy, keep it free, and just pour it out to the world. You start YouTube if you're a woman of over the age of 40 to fall back in love with your own voice. I never used to like my own voice. And I used to cringe, but now I've grown comfortable to my own voice. I've grown comfortable to seeing myself on the screen, and I kind of like it. So if you've ever felt that your voice has got lost somewhere between raising kids and doing your job or running a home or looking after your parents, then I love YouTube for that reason because it's a quiet space. I'm speaking into the void and I'm able to just give me myself back in one way or another. Now, there are several reasons also, which are mental health well-being reasons to start YouTube if you're a woman over the age of 40. One is for you to stop doom scrolling. If you find yourself that you're constantly consuming content, you should definitely consider starting YouTube in your 40s. Another is to reclaim your attention from the algorithm. If you don't, you'll find that your attention is constantly going towards something that is unproductive. Yes, you may find it entertaining, but you don't necessarily need to be entertained 24/7. If you check how many hours you're on your phone, just scrolling and scrolling, it will shock you that the amount of commitment you have towards this. And if you ask yourself, what is your investment on it? You're unlikely to answer that question with the full hands on your chest that actually this is a viable investment that I'm making and you're going to get something out of it. Whereas if you're creating content on YouTube, you're more likely you're creating your own community of people who are probably in one way or the other, they're connected to you. So that is one reason. Another mental health reason to start YouTube if you're a woman over the age of 40 is to process grief of aging parents, to share your thoughts as to how you're looking after your parents and how you're parenting your parents again. Another reason is to track your mood or menopause journey. So menopause tends to hit people in different ways. You may want to document that journey for yourself. There's a whole community out here on YouTube constantly or regularly sharing their experiences and their perspective on that journey, and it is helping other women out. One other reason you may want to consider to start YouTube is to replace self-doubt with self-expression. And trust me, at different points in your life, you would have had self-doubt. You would have had doubt about your skills, about your passion, about your life. What exactly are you doing? Your purpose. If you have a creative outlet such as starting a channel on YouTube, you will find that it is much easier to navigate those nuances in life. Also, start YouTube channel to practice self-compassion publicly. Nothing's Nothing serves you more than being able to put out your creative work in the open. YouTube can become your journal, your outlet, your therapy, instead of actually going to therapy, but also a place for you to be real with yourself. Because when you, 9 times out of 10, you will watch yourself back and you will be able to see what other people are seeing. You'll be able to fill in the blanks for yourself. You do it not just for fame, you do it not for money, but you do it for the well-being benefits that come with it. Also, I would encourage you, if you're a woman over the age of 40, to start a YouTube channel for midlife reinvention. And under this, I will break it down into a couple of things. Now, this part is kind of personal to a lot of us. You find that when once you hit 40, you start to ask yourself questions. You start to ask life questions. And some of this will come about in career changes. You may want to pivot your lifestyle. You may want to start over. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of content creators who are starting over their life at 40, at 45, at 50. You can start your life at any point in time. But if you need a nudge in the right direction, then in your 40s may be the right moment. You start YouTube channel to show your work while you're switching careers. What are your thoughts? Did you feel that you were going in the right direction? Did you think you were making a mistake? You share it not just for yourself to look back on, you share it for prosperity, posterity, sorry, but you also share it to help people coming behind. You start a YouTube channel in your 40s if you're a woman to escape ageism in your industry, whatever industry it is that you work in professionally. You can start a YouTube channel and document your journey. Eventually, the way I see it is that it leads you down a tunnel of self discovery. You will realize that you're able to monetize your skills, irrespective of the industry. Think about it. Irrespective of there are doctors, there are lawyers on this platform making money in addition to their 9 to 5. And I know by the time they're ready to retire from the 9 to 5, they've built a community that still relies on them for their intellectual property. And they have immense right and total right to that for the rest of their days on earth. So if you think about it, in your 40s, you're starting early. There aren't enough of us doing this. So if you're a woman over the age of 40, I encourage you to come and start YouTube so that you can narrate your journey of starting over. You can come and make peace with leaving a toxic job and starting your life over. You can start a YouTube channel to prove that you're not too old for tech, because trust me, if you're on YouTube, the very first thing is that you will continue to be learning. You are always learning. You are always reading. You will spend time on the platform. I don't doubt it, and don't doubt it either, but you will be taking notes every single time. Come and start YouTube channel to create your own opportunities. You can't do that in your career as much as you can do that on YouTube. So even if nobody is watching, documenting your journey is not a waste of time, is not a waste of energy, it's not a waste of skills. It is a blueprint for somebody else to use later, but also it is something for you to look back on as to how your life has taken shape. And I think your voice matters at any age. And 40 is that pivotal decade. So I'm now going to move into the creative and legacy space as to the reasons why a woman over 40 should start YouTube. I think this batch is for artists, it's for creatives, it's for storytellers, it's for women with decades of stories inside of them. And that is pointing to you as well. No matter how you think you don't know anything, you know a lot. Compare yourself today to yourself 5 years ago. You can see the difference there. You've learned a lot in terms of life experience, career experience, your own perception of life has changed. The woman you were when you were 35 is not the same woman that is sitting right here watching me. So I want to be able to share with you that these reasons are good enough for you to start YouTube in this decade, to finish off what your younger self started. That's a reason to start YouTube, to leave digital stories for your grandchildren. Imagine now when people are passing on they're probably their YouTube channels, but they also have something, a legacy to pass on to their children and their grandchildren. You can watch grandma when she was alive. These were the ways in which she thought. These were the clothes she wore. This is how she dressed. This was her on video talking to you, sharing a life at that moment in time. I can just imagine my grandchildren looking back at me with my gappy teeth and saying, "Ow, she actually had that and she still stepped forward." So that's something I want you to be able to think about. You want to come and start YouTube channel to recover from years of perfectionism. But it has never served anyone. I can't say more than that. If you're a perfectionist, The quickest way to get over it, it won't be easy, but it is possible. Well, not, you will get over your perfectionism because at one point in time, when you're really intentional, you will just press record, you will post it, and you will go on about your day. And then you will do it again. It's rinse and repeat. Yes, you start a YouTube channel for to also experiment without fear of failure. Because what is the worst that can happen? At worst, nobody will watch this live. I made a live yesterday and I think only one person came to watch it and they left a comment. That's fine. But as long as I keep doing it and I keep showing up for myself, I'm experimenting without a fear of failure. I can't fail in this. I can't fail starting a YouTube channel. There is no such thing as failing. You just keep going. You keep getting better 1% every day. That little bit percentage every day, even if it's not 0.1%, every single day, you will keep getting better. Another reason to start a YouTube channel in your 40s, if you're a woman, is to share family recipes before they are lost. It's to document your caregiving responsibilities. How are you feeling going through this stage of life? But also to speak your truth without interruption. Nobody's going to stop you from talking because it's you and your camera. Whether that camera is a standalone one and you give it a name, or it's your mobile phone at any single time of the day. It doesn't matter. So anyone here has ever said, one day I'll write that book? YouTube can be that book. You can just do it one video at a time. In the age of AI that we're living in now, all you need to do is feed in a couple of videos of yours and you have an ebook probably in less than 20 minutes. But of course, you can go through it. That's what people are buying nowadays. And I just wonder, oh, actually, is that right? But that is what is feeding the world in this day and age. So that's about it. Now I'm going to move into another sort of set of reasons. These are real, random, and relatable reasons as to why a woman over the age of 40 should start a YouTube channel. These are they're weird. They're funny and they can be super real as well, but they do count. So if you can relate, do let me know in the comment section below. Now, one of the reasons you want to start a YouTube channel as a woman over the age of 40 is to avoid gossiping by focusing on creating, because you're able to divert your attention from consuming content, from engaging in gossip. I know people make money out of it. If you're not making money out of it, then what are you doing? Take a look at all those vloggers who do social commentary on culture, pop culture, or your celebrity gossips. They are making money out of it. If that is a passion of yours, it's not a problem. But find a way to document it. And if you're going to do that, why not do it over video? Create a community of yours on YouTube and start that. There are people making money, lots of money from it. So it doesn't matter wherever it is you are in the world. It is location freedom. It is non-location dependent. As long as you have internet, you have a mobile phone, you're good. You don't need any more than that. Then also start a YouTube channel if you're a woman over the age of 40 so that you can laugh at yourself on your own terms. Nobody is going to take the mickey out of you. It's you and yourself. Everybody needs to be able to laugh at themselves once in a while. If you're not doing it in front of the mirror, you should be doing it in front of the camera. And I think you will never get enough of it. It allows you to be silly. It allows you to stay grounded. It allows you to stay in touch with yourself. So another reason for a woman over the age of 40 to start a YouTube channel is to prove something to yourself, that you can do this, that you can stick this out, you can be consistent, you can always show up for yourself over and over again. A lot of us go to work, we show up to our 9 to 5, we commit to it once we sign on the contract, on the dotted line on the contract of employment, and you show up. A minute to 9, you're there, you're clocking in. Why can't you do the same thing for yourself? Why can't you show up for yourself? I know I probably sound like a TED talker right now, but I can see, I can feel the benefits that I have as a result of creating in public. Just sending into the void and hoping that it helps somebody out there. I can see the immense impact it is having on my mental health, on my social skills, because I've always wanted to be this confident public speaker, and now I'm learning to fall in love with the pauses and I'm doing less filler words. I was about to say but there we go. it gets better, but if you don't practice, you will never get there. Another reason for a woman over the age of 40 to start YouTube is to allow yourself to stop trying to control everything, because not everything will always be in your power. You have to let some things go. You have to hope that once you post that video, it will get to the right person. The algorithm will show it to the right audience. You will build the right community. But if you don't start, you can't learn to let go. You will love yourself so much, you will be all up in your own head. You love your ideas so much, it will be all up in your head. And the other day I was on TikTok, a gentleman said that, do you know that ideas have life in them? Ideas are like strangers, they come knocking at your door. If you don't welcome them in and you execute them, they will go on to the next person and do the same thing. And then you will see that it is who executes it that births the idea. So, but you then, if you didn't take that opportunity, you would then be wondering, oh, but I had that idea. I just never acted upon it. So ideas are alive, they are everywhere, but they are constantly knocking doors, hoping for somebody to let them in. If you let them in and you execute, then that's all great. You don't know which idea is aligned to your destiny at any point in time. So it's all about, will you act on it? Another reason for a woman over the age of 40 to start a YouTube channel is to have something to talk about at awkward dinners. Yeah, have you ever attended dinner or have you ever visited your friend and you wonder, what are we going to talk about? You will end up sharing your experiences of being on this creator journey with people. You don't necessarily have to tell them that you have a YouTube channel, but you can get to share the skills that you're learning, because while you're creating, you will be consuming intentionally. And somehow you will notice that what you're consuming is tailored to your thoughts, is tailored to your actions. You're taking on this stream of deliberate actions through life. You're much more skilled. You'll come back into yourself. And you can only do that unless you can't feel that unless you start your creator journey. So another reason for a woman over the age of 40 to start a YouTube channel is for you to be able to turn your venting into value. Somehow you will realize that if you're somebody who complains a lot, your first 10 videos will be about ranting. A part of you will always want to complain. And if you keep going, one day you will watch yourself back and something will shift in your mindset. You will realize that all you're doing is complaining and you want to put a positive spin on it. I was like that. At a point in time, I was making videos and I thought, this is not coming from a place of gratitude. This is not the type of message that I want to put out. Over time, I then realized that I was able to shift my mindset. I was able to unravel my thoughts and articulate and frame them in a much positive light. So you can only do that when you watch yourself back, because it's like a mirror. You're seeing your own reflection. Your reflection is being played back at you. If you don't start your creative journey, if you don't get yourself to that position, there is no way you will know that you're somebody who's always complaining. Your perspective to life is always from a negative or less than angle. So, and one final reason that I think you should start a YouTube channel as a woman over the age of 40 is for you to be able to enjoy the strange magic of being a beginner again, because you will learn. You will start to learn how to film, how to position yourself, your body language, your smile, your quirks. You become more self aware as a result of doing this. I do love them because, let's be real, we all have our odd little reasons, and that's what makes this journey yours. It's yours and yours alone, not anybody else's. All right, I am close to the end of this live stream, and I can see that I am a couple of minutes short of half an hour. If you found this useful, whether I can see that nobody joined us live, but we're hopeful. If you're watching a replay, please do leave a comment. I hope you found it useful, you found it helpful. It touches you in the right frame of mind to be able to take the plunge and start your own journey. But I've just gone through 100 reasons that I've gathered as to why you should start a YouTube channel. 100. is what I have gone through in 25 minutes. So let me know in the comments or in the chat, what is your reason to start YouTube after the age of 40? It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be popular, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it just has to be you, and it has to be a reason that speaks to you, at least, because that could be your own, what do I call it, life mission. If you have a mission, then it means you will continue to go through with it. And if you've been sitting on the fence about starting, let this be your nudge to start your own creative process, your own creative journey. So if you found this helpful, like I said, do hit like button, subscribe, engage. Please share it with a friend who you think will need it, especially if they are over the age of 40, who's been thinking about doing this too, starting a YouTube channel. If you're starting, let me know so I can cheer you on from the sideline. Until next time, I will come your way again. I think we've got another live tomorrow. And yes, I will see you then, and take care.